Before you join the board of directors, you're going to do your due diligence. And I can't emphasize enough how important it is that you have a very clear due diligence checklist in your own mind, something that you follow rigorously each and every time that you join a board, and really go a bit beyond the obvious. So, your obvious you would go and pull down your financial reports from ASIC or Creditor Watch. You're sort of reporting on the financial health of an organization. Obviously, the financial audit is pretty important. So you'd want to cite financial records, really be across the previous minutes in the business, and just really go and dot your I's, cross your T's, do as much reconnaissance as you can, because you must understand the financial health of that business when you step onto the board. And I find that when you look at financial records, financial papers, and look at balance sheets, every accounting firm may have a slightly different approach. You need to understand, what are the approaches being taken? Are they using an accrual method? What is the balance sheet? Where are the loan accounts? What does it all mean? And you have to really be confident in yourself that you understand all of those things. But beyond that, you want to go and do a little bit more of a reconnaissance. You want to really be across any past board directors who've rolled off the board and what were their reasons for rolling off the board. And I would go and seek their commentary. I would reach out to past directors. I don't always do what the company is offering to me as their form of due diligence. So I will take obviously what they give me, but I will look beyond that and I will make my own assessments, my own judgments. I'll talk to past board directors, as I said. I might even talk to a current client. I might talk to an employee, a past employee. I'll go and look on Glassdoor and see what past employees are saying about the company. There's all sorts of sources. There's obviously an enormous amount of research you can do using your chat GPT tools, looking at social media, business media, looking at press releases and so on. You really want to go into a board setting very well informed. But at the heart of your due diligence is all the conversations you've had with the board members. Never join a board of directors without meeting with each and every board member, including the company secretary. I find that that is very important because you need each and every person's endorsement before you come on board, but you do want to really understand everyone's perspective and how they've gone about past decision-making processes, how decisions have been made, and how the difficult decisions been handled. I always find that that can bring a lot of insight into the decision I'm going to make. So don't just do the stock standard due diligence checklist. You need to come up with a checklist that's going to put you in good stead going forward and obviously protect you from any future reputational damage, getting involved with the wrong people. Never, ever get swept up. Never allow a process to be rushed. Often I hear from candidates and they're saying, I have to make a decision by this, date. I need to sign the consent forms on Monday. I'm always very slow to get involved. Easy to get onto a board, harder to get off a board if it's all wrong or going wrong and there's reputational issues. So do your due diligence and then take that due diligence approach into all your role as a board member. Always be inquisitive, always have a curious mind, never always take everything at face value. Use your gut instincts. That's the whole point of having very senior, competent individuals serving at the top of the company. We need people with some street smarts who can see the writing on the wall or can see that things aren't quite right in that report, having some questions, wanting to check things out. And you need to have your sources that give you that great intelligence. And of course, I have my network, so I rely on my network to help guide me with decision making in this space because, I need to know someone's reputation. Are they good to do business with? What do they like to be on a board with? And so your network will become very powerful as part of your decision making process. Drop into my diary if you'd like to have a chat about due diligence. If you're joining a board of directors in the near future, love to have a chat and support you in that decision.